Good evening, Javier Franco, perspective from my porch, Steps for Success Life Coach founder. I am coming in from Pasco, Washington. I've been on vacation and I've been visiting with my sister, my niece, and my nephew, my brother in law over here in Pasco for a few days. Um, this is going to be a little bit more personal than I usually post, but it's still my perspective. Uh, for years, it's been one of these secret dreams, checklist, bucket list, whatever you want to call it, that I've always wanted to fish a big river. When the stroke occurred, I knew that I was going to have trouble maneuvering around to go fishing at places. I started fishing there in Sweetwater at the Sweetwater Lake, and I would get on the dock, and I had to relearn how to fish again, especially on the casting part. I had to relearn. The other thing that I'm having to relearn is that sometimes I don't have feeling on my hand, so I have to be watching the pole to make sure that it's triggering. I used to be able to just use the tug feel, and I don't get to feel that as much as I like to. Uh, so I started fishing there, and for some years now I've been thinking about it, wanting to do it, and finally I jumped the leap of faith, in other words, and I made that happen because I knew I was coming to Washington. I was able to fish on the Columbia River, which is a big river. It leads into the ocean. There's three rivers that pass through here, and one being the Snake River. I can't remember the other one that passes through here. But I was able to fish out there, and even then, there was some difficulty into getting to where I needed to fish. Um, the difficulty came in me going out there, but I was determined to get out there. I'm gonna call this the letter D talk right now. A lot of times we encounter difficulties in our lives. We encounter difficulties that we wonder how we are going to get something done, how we're going to go do something. And the difficult part is a lot of times is stepping out on faith and stepping out and just beginning to do it. With that difficulty comes a decision. Once we make the decision in our lives to do something, it is important that we evaluate all the scenarios, that we evaluate as many scenarios as possible. What if this were to happen? What if this were to happen? What if this were to happen? And we have to determine what obstacles we may encounter through that difficulty in our lives, through that decision that we've made to do something. It's taken me probably over a year to make a decision to go ahead and buy my fishing license. Once I did that, then the decision was, where do I go fishing? So I went and scoped out the areas around Sweetwater. As most of y'all know, the Sweetwater Lake and Trammell Lake are small lakes. And I had a friend help me, Joe. He helped me make that decision, and he helped me. So at that point, I made a decision to allow somebody in my life to teach me how to do something that I've been doing for many years. My dad taught me how to do those things. So in the difficulties, I had to make a decision to allow somebody to enter into my life to reteach me how to do certain things. And we had a private session at his apartment. He taught me how to cast, and I still have trouble casting. Don't get me wrong, I still have trouble casting. And then reeling in is still the difficulty, but I'm retraining to do those things. As I made those decisions in the difficulty, I had a determination that I was going to succeed or get close to my success. Now, how did I measure my success? My success was measured in the fact that I went. That was a major determination. That was a major success. When I got there, I went onto the dock. I went to the area that was doable for me to with my walker to get down there and fish. The problem was that then we got into some more difficulties of how was I going to carry my fishing tackle and all the things that I needed, my lures, my fishing pole, my knife. What did I need? So I found an answer in a bag that I had, and I carried everything in there, and I put it right here next to me, and I hang it right here. So I made that determination that that's the way I was going to do it, and it helped. The next difficulty part, the next decision that I had to make was I going to allow somebody to bait my hook, because it's hard for me to use my fingers right now. So I had to make that decision. Once again, a difficulty, another determination, some decisions had to be made. In our general life, we're going to have to go through that. The decisions, the difficulties, the determination to do what we want. As I came here to Washington to fish on the Columbia River, I did run into some difficulties. I'm not going to lie, there was some difficulties. And then I lost a hook, I lost a line. So then the issue was, how am I going to tie the string back with fingers that sometimes I don't feel anything with? And I can't feel it, and I have trouble making a knot. So once I did that, I sat there for about 20 minutes trying to make a knot so that I could put the hook on, so I could put, and then I had to put the bait. Well, there was a little bit more problems with that. But you know what? One of the things that I learned was how determined am I to succeed in making that dream come true. What is my goal? My goal was to sit there and fish off the Columbia River. I've done it twice. A total of about 5 hours right now of fishing there. I haven't caught anything. You know what? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that I didn't catch nothing, because that was not my goal. My goal was to be able to sit there, fish off the Columbia, and enjoy myself. Today I had a few nibbles. I lost 3 worms out there. And you know what? It was, to me, the desire to do that became a goal. It became a successful goal. My determination to be out there and fish. Will I go out there tomorrow? I don't know. I might not. Does it matter? Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. But you know what? My goal had been achieved. I fished the Columbia River. I didn't make a goal to catch something. I wish I would have caught something, trust me. But you know what? To me, it doesn't matter. And sometimes we look at people's goals and say, well, it should have mattered. You should have gone for the goal. But you know what? That was my goal. My goal was to go out there and be able to fish in that beautiful river. Don't go so far in your dreams that you can't achieve them. Don't go so far in your goals that there's no way you can achieve them. Go a step by step. You have the short-term goals, your mid-term goals, and your long-term goals. Right now, to me, that was my long-term goal. Will I catch something tomorrow? I don't know. If I do, hey, awesome, great, that's fantastic. But I've done it. As you go through your difficulties in your life, look at the obstacles that you're going to go through. Look at the obstacles that you're going to have along the way. And you're not going to know all the obstacles. I didn't know all the obstacles. There were some things that I found out here. My sister had to take me to a fishing place to get some more equipment. But I didn't foresee those things. But it wasn't a situation that was like, well, I'm going to give up. No, I didn't give up, because I made a decision to allow somebody else to help me to do something to achieve my goal once again. We went to another location. I mean, the Columbia River is a big river. So there was a lot more areas than I fished. So we looked for a different location. Here's what I'm trying to say. go for the gusto. Just go for the goal that you want, but don't make it unachievable. Make it a small, make it possible so that you feel good about yourself. I feel great about myself. Whether I go back or not doesn't matter to me right now because I've done it twice, 5 hours total. 3 weeks ago, that was even a month ago. I'm sorry, 3 months ago, that wasn't even a thought in my mind. And now I'm sitting on the banks. It's not very far from here. I wish I could show it to you. It's not very far from here at all. I might video it tomorrow when I'm going back around to my sister's place. But you know what? The dream has come true. Don't make a dream so big that you can't attain it. As I close out for tonight, as I close out for there, I apologize for those who are in Texas right now. It is just 9 o'clock here in Washington. But you will see it. You will see this. Please follow me on my YouTube channel. The same thing I'm saying right now is going to be on my YouTube channel. And along the way, when we go home, I'm going to try to make more videos in this beautiful area. Reach for that goal that you've wanted to reach for, that dream that you have, and don't let anybody stop you from attaining that dream. Don't make that an impossible situation in your life. Make it happen. Just make it happen. Believe in yourself, love yourself, and just reach out and just go for the goal. Just go for that goal that you have. But once again, don't make it unachievable. Make sure it's attainable. It might take you a while, but you know what? It'll be worth it. I'll talk to y'all later. Thank y'all for listening. Steps for Success. Perspective from my porch. Javier Franco. Love yourself. Thank y'all.